Hi everyone, LJ Anderson here. Today is part one of a new apologetic series that I'm going to do where I go kind of a broad overview of different arguments that are traditionally used for apologetics. But of course, with any series where we're taking a word like apologetics, it's probably best for me to start with what apologetics is. And that's what today's video is all about, is going into that side of things. So, apologetics is a word that comes from the Greek word apologia, and this word has a kind of a simple meaning of defense or making a defense. In biblical times, if you were accused of something and you were taken to court, you would make a defense, and this is the word that you would use to describe that defense, is apologia. Arguably, the most famous verse in the Bible for this word is 1 Peter 3:15, which says, "But in your hearts honor Christ the Lord as holy, always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you. Yet do it with gentleness and respect." Traditionally speaking, this is exactly what apologetics has been, and that is that we are defending Christianity against attacks from outside. We are defending the reasonableness of the existence of God, defending that Christianity is the one true religion, and so on and so forth. And that's what this series is all about, is taking a broad look at those types of arguments. However, I would also like to use this video as a chance to argue that this is too narrow of a definition for apologetics. After all, apologetics, the word apologia just simply means defense or to make a defense. Thus, anytime you or I make a defense, regardless of what the topic is that we are defending, we are actively doing apologetics. For example, I believe that the pre-tribulation rapture is the most likely rapture view to happen. Me making that statement doesn't qualify for apologetics. I'm just making a belief statement. That's that. However, if I were to then say, okay, so pre-tribulation rapture is the most likely because of X, Y, Z, and all of these verses and whatever else I want to bring into that defense, then I am fundamentally doing apologetics. Even though that has nothing to do with traditional apologetics. Overall, I would put it this way. Apologetics is a technique rather than a distinct area of theology. So you and I can practice the technique, skill, or art of apologetics without it having to be this specific area of defending the existence of God or defending the Christian faith specifically against outside attacks. That said, I am not saying that we shouldn't do those things. Traditional apologetics is valuable, and we should absolutely be making those defenses. And I actually don't even mind that we call it apologetics, because it is apologetics. Maybe it should be considered, apologetics, the word with a capital A, as opposed to apologetics with a lowercase a. Because there is a field of apologetics, but apologetics applies to basically any area of life where you are making a defense. So again, I'm not trying to say get rid of traditional apologetics. After all, this video series is about traditional apologetics. So that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm merely trying to say that the term apologetics, the concept of apologetics, applies to a wide variety of contexts, and we should apply it to those contexts and use it well. If you enjoyed this video and want to follow along for future videos, please consider liking and subscribing. And until next time, God bless.